Welcome guys. So in today's video, we are going to see how you can use VS Code extension for Element Insight, right? So there are two extensions. One is for VS Code, one is for IntelliJ IDEA and other IDEs, right? JetBrains IDEs basically. So today we are going to see how we can work with the VS Code extension, how we can record things and all, right? Now, if you navigate to our website, right, there is a link on a home page, or what you can do is you can go to download, right? So there are two extensions. One is VS Code extension, which works with VS Code. One is for IntelliJ JetBrains platform, right? Now, either you can just click on this link and navigate to VS Code Marketplace and download the extension for you. Or what you can do, if you have a VS Code instance, right? Okay, all you have to do is open your VS Code instance, right? Okay, so now this is my workspace, right? This is a test workspace where I have a Selenium project, right? Now, in this project, I want to make use of the VS Code extension, right? So I can just go to the extension marketplace, right? Okay, and then what I can do is I can search for element inside, right? Now, if you search for element inside, you get this extension, right? Now, all you have to do is just click on install and the extension will be downloaded, right? And it will be also get activated automatically, right? So you have the extension in the sidebar here, right? Now, all we have to do is click on element inside, right? Now, if it's a first time install, it will ask you for license agreement and privacy policy acceptance. Okay, so just click on that I accept and it will get accepted. Now this extension is completely offline. Okay, we do not collect any data, right? You can just install it and you can just start using it and generate your locators for your respective frameworks, right? Now we support two frameworks right now, Playwright and Selenium. Okay, now why this is important, because when you select the drop down, right, it basically triggers a list, right? So for Selenium it will have a different priority list, and for Playwright there will be different priority list, right? But still you can export whatever you want to export. Okay, the export is completely optional and completely configurable for you guys. Okay, you can just configure it, you can just take whatever locator you want, but to give you quick access, right, to give you better locators, we have added two separate lists, right? Now once you select your framework, now my workspace is in Selenium, right? So definitely I'm going to use Selenium here. So I will select Selenium, and here you have to enter the address, right? So just give the address of your AUT, your application under test, whichever URL you want to scan. Okay. Now the scanning is also going to happen locally. It will launch the browser for you and it will do the scan, right? So maybe I want to scan our website only. Okay, fine. So once you give a URL, you have a tag selection, right? Now, if you don't want to select any tag, there is a default list of tag which will get exported. Okay, which basically contains all the elements you will usually need for your automation framework, right? If you want everything available in your web page, you can just select all tags and it will export all the elements available. Or if you have a very specific requirement that, okay, I just want to export input tags, right? So you can select it. It's completely your wish, right? Now, let's say I want inputs and maybe I want all the links also which are available on the web page, right? Now you can select all of them based on how you want to navigate or what you want to record, correct? Now I just want inputs and links, right? So I will just select the respective tags. Now once this is done, just click on scan. Okay, so it will launch browser, start scanning your web page. Right, then it will extract the element, do the calculations, create unique locators for you, right? And then it will give you a message of scan completed successfully, right? So our scan is done, right? Now how do we export? Okay, so in export we have three options. Two are for only locators. Okay, so you can either export a JSON file or a CSV file, right? Or you can export a POM file, right? A page object model file, correct? So it will automatically create a POM file for you based on whatever elements you have selected, whatever tags you have selected during the selection process, right? Now if you click on export JSON, it will just export a JSON file, right? Now if I go to my workplace, see there is a element maps folder created, right? And here you have your JSON, right? So it gives you scan ID, URL, timestamp, which framework you have used. And here you will have list of all the tags which you have selected, right? So if you see here, this is a link, right? So what do we get here? We get usual things, right? Like the name and description. This extension will auto generate that for you. Then we get the best locator, right? Now best locator is basically which is the best locator to identify this element, right? Okay. Then you have relative XPath and relative CSS, correct? And these will also be always unique. Okay, so basically you get three unique locators if you have a very good web page, right? Or you may get two unique locators, right? So basically, let's say your default locators are not unique, right? It will automatically go and pick up XPath as a unique locator. If by any chance there is no unique XPath as well, then it will try to pick up the relative CSS, but it will always give you a unique locator in best locator, right? Now, if we just scroll down here, see, there is an input over here, right? Now, if you see this input tag, correct, which is for entering the email address, right? So if we go back to the home page, right? See, this is the input tag, right? Now, if I right click here and go to inspect, I have all these things, right? Now, how do I decide which is unique, correct? So usually what we do is we just try here, right? We just press Control C and try to search if it's unique or not, correct? But now you don't have to do that, right? Within your extension itself, now you know that, okay, best locator is ID, right? But I still have unique XPath. So let's say I don't want to use ID, I can always switch over to unique XPath as well, correct? Okay. Now, if you go back to your extension, right? Now it will clear a state. It doesn't store a state, right? Because that's how we wanted it. Okay, so let's say I again want my input and I want my links. Okay, you can select anything you want. Let's say now I want something more as well. So let's take now also. Okay, now let me scan it again. Okay, so always, of course, we can export the JSON, right? See, the JSON is updated now, correct, with new elements. You can export a CSV. Now let's say I'm working on Selenium POM, right? And I work in Java. I use find by, correct? So what you can do is you can just go here, select the framework, okay? Select what type of POM file you want. Let's say I want by, correct? Which strategy you want, best locator strategy, XPath strategy, or CSS strategy, okay? And then just click on export, right? It will create a POM file as well, right? So if you see the element maps now have one CSV here, right? So if we will just go here and try to open it, okay, let me just explore it in a file explorer and then open it from here, right? So see here what we get tags, name of the elements, which is this extension is generating for you, right? We get description of that element, right? What that element is supposed to do, what was the best locator available, right? And the best locator value, and if the best locator is unique or not, right? So you get all these information over here, right? Now this is a new website, so that's why you have a position based, but for your production websites you will get a proper XPaths here, right? Now let's not save it. Now if I go to framework maps, right, see here it created a POM file for you using by, right? So you have all the tags which you have selected, right? Okay, you have your constructor over here, right? Okay, and all the web elements, right? Like what they can do, all the web elements will be available here, wait method and all, right? So this is how you can directly export an entire POM file. Of course, you can remove whatever you want to remove later, right? So first thing you get is unique locators, right? A best locator for the entire locator set. You get a relative XPath, which is unique. You get a relative CSS, which is unique. Plus you get some more attribute if you, in case if you want to do something more with your locators, right? Okay, and then you also get a complete framework file exported for you, right? So right now if you see the extension over here, right, if I switch to Selenium, We do support find by Python, Selenium, C Sharp find by, and C Sharp by, right? And if you go to Playwright, in Playwright, we do have options for Python Playwright, JavaScript, TypeScript, Java Playwright, and C Sharp Playwright, right? Now, the guides are also available on the website itself, right? So if I just close this and if I go to help here, right? Okay, so you find this here for VS Code extension. You have all the guides here, right? How to quick start, how to install, how to do the element scanning, and how it gonna work, right? Same you have for IntelliJ also, right? So let's see if I go to install here, right? You will see all the system requirements and all that, right? So this is how you can make use of KrisuAI's element inside extension, right, to get unique locators and to export the POM file, right? Now we will be adding more feature to it soon, so we are expecting a new update somewhere in September mid, right? So thanks for watching. Please make use of this and make your automation testing frameworks easy to run.